Trump has some big plan, evil plan, sinister plan about the midterm. Take a listen what this report is saying here.
But we do want to turn now to the midterms, and we're just 10 months away from the elections, and Donald Trump is again pushing false claims about election safety and security in this country. He's now calling on Republicans to nationalize elections. Take a listen.
The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting.
What exactly did you mean when you said that you should nationalize elections? And which 15 states are you talking about?
I want to see elections be honest. And if a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it.
All right, so you heard him there in his own words. And guess what? Just days later, Trump tried to play semantics with his statements, telling NBC News that he didn't really say what we heard him say in that clip that we just played for you. Take a listen to what he said.
I didn't say national. I said there are some areas in our country that are extremely corrupt. They have very corrupt elections. Take a look at Detroit. Take a look at Philadelphia. Take a look at Atlanta. There are some areas that are unbelievably corrupt.
So basically, these are the swing states he wants to take control of because he knows he will lose it, all of them, and he will lose even in Texas. He actually lost in Texas, Republican guy. I mean, this person is just losing it. He knows he will be impeached. For him to not to go to jail, the first thing, the most important thing for me now is to not to get impeached. And for that to happen, he also needs to make sure that there is no midterm election.
Wiley is back with us. So let me see, Detroit, Philadelphia, Atlanta, what do those three cities have in common?
Gee, Eamon, I don't know. Look, this is what we saw when Donald Trump's campaign in 2020 went around filing lawsuits, which, by the way, it's legally allowed to do, challenging the outcome of the 2020 election in places like Michigan, in Detroit, but not in the counties surrounding Detroit that were mostly white. Or Giuliani in Philadelphia claiming that people from Camden, New Jersey had been coming over every single year to vote, and everybody knew it. And they lost every single one.
In Georgia, where they have a Republican governor and they had a Republican Secretary of State who Donald Trump called and tried to help get 11,000 votes.
But Atlanta is a black city.
But this is the point. The pattern is very clear. And even the patterns both of claiming that the reason we should not trust these elections that we have been so proud of as a country, by the way, from one party to another for decades, suddenly we shouldn't be proud of because Donald Trump didn't win in 2020. But the way they have been driving the disinformation narrative, because it's a lie, is the same thing that's driving their mass deportation efforts.
Well, it is because the reason he is saying that these 15 states he cannot trust is because once he will lose the midterm, then he will say, hey, remember I told you guys, these are a fake state, this state, or they rigged the election, they took it away from me. I don't agree with this. I told you before. We know how he plays.
We will claim that there are all these people who are people of color, who are criminals, who are stealing from us, and that includes our elections. And so we have Republicans people who are self-identified Republicans, but nonpartisan election administrators saying, we're really proud of how we're running these elections. We're defending the outcomes of them, to your point, Eamon, and have been repeatedly, and their lives have been threatened. But I think we should not minimize just how aggressively this administration has been using every tool in its toolbox to turn it into a weapon against our elections and against states that won't do its bidding. So the FBI just recently did something unprecedented. DHS, FBI, the postal inspectors, who are the federal agents for the Postal Service, saying we're asking all state election officials to come and attend on February 25th a meeting where we're going to talk about how we're going to manage how we're going to basically protect elections. That's unprecedented and has them all worried about exactly how this administration is going to use levers of federal government to actually intimidate or try to browbeat them into doing things that will undermine voters. And it's often Black, Latino, and Asian and Native American communities that are the ones they target to claim that there's something wrong.
Well, of course, another unprecedented piece of this is DNA.
Yeah, I mean, this is why he's trying to rig it. 99% of the black community, black population, and also 99% of the Hispanic population, Muslim population in the states, they are not going to vote for him. And Donald Trump, he knows it.
Tulsi Gabbard being part of what we saw happen in Fulton County there. And then, as we've heard different Republicans be asked about this, it seems like the suggestion was that it's Attorney General Pam Bondi who ordered that she be there. Does the DNI, top spy chief, answer to the Department of Justice? Is that how it works, Maya?
No, that is not how it works.
What part of government education is that? Is that we were in
That's middle school.
We were in
We're now down to middle school. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? We're getting there soon. No, this is not how it works. Although, of course, that doesn't mean what's interesting is there's a whistleblower we're hearing about.
Yeah.
I want to see where that leads.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And who could forget Dominion voting systems as well, and all the situation with that, with the sale of that? A lot of questions. I don't think enough reporting has been done on that sale and what that portends for elections in the midterm, but we'll see.
I have a feeling we're going to start.
Yeah, if we have midterm election, then and only then we will have this kind of discussion, which states steal the election, which state did not. But I, at this point, suspect there will be any midterm election. Trump is trying his best to use ICE in order to stop this election by creating chaos, killing a U.S. citizen, and creating an environment where people will not think about midterm. They will think about something much bigger. What that could be, I do not know. But as I said in the beginning of this video, Donald Trump is planning something sinister, something big, something evil. Subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.